the Mass Minutemen and the Rhode Island Raging Goats. The Minutemen took game one in overtime. We'll see if either team can close this one out in regulation. You got the Minutemen on your left and the Raging Goats on your right, and we're underway with game two. Minutemen winning the draw. Let's head back in the other direction. Minutemen have it on their own end. Defensively taking a look, slowing things down is Pat Sullivan. Battling for it in front of the scorer's bench, and that one...
He started cam 3. Let's see if it comes in.
Both these teams come in at nearly like even records,
down, but...
only separated by 2 points. The only difference is that the Raging Goats took an overtime loss earlier this season, which is the reason for the 2-point separation.
And on the other end, the Raging Goats and the Blue Devils also only separated by 1 point because of that OT loss. So it easily could have been the Goats playing against the Chargers in that marathon of a game that just finally came to a conclusion. We'll see what happens here. Early stage of the first period of game two between the Raging Goats and the Mass Minutemen. There's a shot that goes high from Dave Goodnow and out of play.
If you didn't see game one during the pre-show, the Minutemen were on a quick attack. They scored both their goals in the first period. But then after that, the Raging Goats just started to get more even play and eventually got 2 goals of their own in the third period.
They did manage to tie it up, but mercifully, the Minutemen won that one in the first OT. Minute 15 gone here in the first period of game two. Minutemen trying to win the series and the spot in the finals next week here in New England Tier 2. And there's a shot from the high slot by Derek DeGasse. DeGasse gains the line. Didn't have any help on his right-hand side. And I'm not sure that he saw Coucher on his left. DeGasse and Koza. Kyle Koza gets it down to DeGasse. Behind the net. Trying for a wraparound opportunity. That one wouldn't connect. And coming all the way back in. Malfaltiano gets that one up for Coucher. Players have to be careful not to take it too many men on that opportunity. But everyone stays legal and we play on. Oh, we got some frustration as that one goes out of play.
Yeah, it did not intend for that to go into the seats, but so far no clear advantage. It's just been looking for stretch passes and just nothing working out so far, but we are in the early stages.
Minutemen just get that one in deep along the left-hand side. 2.5 gone here in the first period. That one sails high and gloved down. It's a high touch. The Minutemen don't want the whistle, so the Goats keep it alive. And they turn that one aside at the blue line and take a shot from the red. Big save, rebound, and an easy tap in. The Minutemen score.
He was just sitting all alone on the near post, and that is going to Alex Vieira. And look at wide open and just hits that 6x4. No question about it. He was just left sitting there. He was already down, nothing he could do.
And that's the start the Minutemen want. They got an early start in game one as well. We'll see if the Goats have more of that pushback in them. gain the zone along the left-hand side and send it in deep. Running after that one is Danny Hendrigan. Dave Goodnow defending for his team. Near side. Flashing some speed is Geim. And a huge save there! Massaro.
We've been seeing a lot of Yankee Doodle Dandy saves. Here's another one here. The pass in the slot, and there's the snare with the glove. Great read by Massaro to get to the weak side.
You were talking about plays of the week already. Massaro had a really impressive one for this last week. We'll see if he's got any more highlight reels under his belt for today. Their second game of the afternoon/evening. This is a little bit later than they were anticipating to start. Raging Goats want to get a picture here. They have it at the blue line. Quick shot by Goodnow. Geim gets to it. Back for Silva. Minutemen get it in deep. And that's Peter Sylvia. Oh, we got a Raging Goats player down and a hand is up. Goaltender's going to come out for some bonus time. Raging Goats will have a power play. Degas still has it. Gets it across for Koza. To the point. Couldn't hold the zone. John Silva has to retreat. More bonus time. Still 6-on-5. There's a shot. Player goes down, and eventually we get the whistle.
It's going to be Walter Reed to the box for the trip.
So good bonus time. And this is going to be an opportunity for the Raging Goats.
Right behind the net. Very easy call there. See, look where the stick is. And right, just caught the foot on his right side.
Good eye by the official, and the Raging Goats go on the power play for the first time here in Game 2. This one comes all the way down. Half a period left to play in period 1. And it's 1-0 Minutemen. Raging Goats with the power play looking to answer. And that one held by Massaro.
A good chance for the Raging Goats to rebound after giving up an early goal. They fought back in game number 1. They're going to need some of that clutch energy right now.
Minutemen try to work this one out, and they do clear the zone. Forced to tag up are the Goats. The Raging Goats now gain the blue and send the forwards in. And Massaro just gloves that one down. So whatever the Raging Goats are trying, Massaro's just sniffing it out too quick.
And right now it looks like the Raging Goats are just seeing what works with what kind of shots they throw at the net. It's not going to work out that easily after that spectacular save that we saw from Massaro earlier. They need to draw something up. Got to get that ball moving.
We definitely know what he's capable of. Raging Goats get denied again. Chris Raza forced to get his runs in. Now 4 minutes left in the first. And the Minutemen penalty almost over. Raza goes D to D. Down along the hash marks. There's a shot. Goes wide. Coucher didn't get to it in time. Comes way out. Whoa! Raging Goats player goes down. Minutemen's throw their hands in the air.
Yeah, I don't think that there was anything malicious here. Let's see what this shows. It's a single glove to the back. But you know what? I think it's a stick. That's what it was.
And looks like they're not going to call it, as the Minutemen have an offensive zone faceoff with 3:46 left to go. And they lead this game to 1-0 and the series 1-0. That'll do it for the power play, so we're back to even strength. The Raging Goats have it now. Sean Fontaine. And he gave it away. Matthew Vieira. Quick shot. Doesn't get it on net. Calling for it is Kayford. And Kayford has to retreat. And it does eventually go for icing, as the lights turn on in Swansea.
Minutemen are going for those sniper shots. We've been seeing up and down that roster. Like I said, only 3 players without a point. There is a lot of depth on that roster, so the Raging Ghosts need to be watching at all sides.
That seems to be their formula for success. There's a shot by Kayford. Raging Goats just take that one from the blue line. Kayford first to it. A bouncer. Raging Goats still maintain possession. Having trouble getting to Massaro, though. Minutemen now have it. Left-hand side, flipped high. And another icing. And this one's going to come all the way back with 2.5 to go in the first.
We've been seeing a lot of icings today, but we think back to how the Blue Devils have been taking advantage of those icings. They keep the plays short and sweet, but here, I think it's just more that they're trying to look for a stretch pass and they're just not connecting.
Good now. In the right-hand circle. Got a piece of it, but the Minutemen were anticipating it, and they are going to try to spring their attack on it, and they do! Just ran out of real estate. Matthew Vieira with a great opportunity. Behind net, first one on that one is Peter Sylvia. Matt McClure slow to get up, and we have a whistle in the glove.
Minutemen try to go down low in the slot. But once again, Carl Morin just trying to keep his team in the game.
And a 1-goal deficit's definitely not the end of the world here in the first period, as we tick down now to 2 minutes to play. But the Minutemen would like to add. Along the left-hand circle, nice move. Tries to drive the net, but gets turned away by the defense, who just are forced to ice that one down. But a good look there by the Minutemen.
Raging Goats unable to change because of the ice. With very little time in the first period. We still got 2 periods to go, but I'm not sure if I would be laying back with you being down 1-0, not just in the game, but in the series.
Sylvia wins the face-off, but they can't get it into the net. Still forced back. Now chasing after this one is Reed. Reed pokes at it. Sylvia pokes at it. Raging Goats can't get it out, though. Good now. Getting tangled up with one of the Minutemen. Looks like that was Sylvia. We'll see if anything develops there. Again, this is game 2, and it's a relatively small division, only 5-team division. So you imagine the teams all know each other pretty well. Never mind the fact that these 2 teams have played into overtime already today. 1 minute left to go in the first period. The Raging Goats Send this one down, and it's another icing. We've seen a lot of those today.
At this point, I would think that the Raging Goats would want to try to keep that to a minimum. That's about the third icing within the past couple of minutes. We've already got a situation where you have tired players. Not to mention that you're not getting any offensive zone time.
Peyton Sylvia and Bobby Geim lining up. Geim wins it for the Raging Goats, but immediately that one sent to the stratosphere. And apparently you're not allowed to do that, so we'll try again.
That would have gone out of play from how high that went, and once again, the Raging Goats still unable to change.
They have possession off the face-off and get it in deep. Good now has it in front.
Oh, no, somebody got hit.
And another player goes down. This time it's Jack Woods, and he's in some discomfort in front of the net.
Watch the front of the net. Where's that stick? Oh, he got the butt end of the stick to the face.
He's checking to see if he's bleeding. Doesn't look like it.
There is a penalty, though.
Is it 13 or 23 or 63?
Yeah, it's Geim.
63.
Geim is going to have to sit. Late stages of the first period. And the Mass Minutemen with an opportunity to increase their lead. Right in front of the benches. On the power play. They back off. 12 seconds left to go. First period of game 2. And there's a final shot that goes high, glove down, never finds its way to the net. And that'll do it for period number 1. And now with the Raging Goats being down, it does raise the question about where's their confidence. They were able to tie up game 1, only to lose it in overtime. And you alluded to it earlier in the first game that we covered today about how heartbreaking losing an OT is, let alone having to then come back and play again in about 2 hours' time. And that's the situation the Raging Goats find themselves in. Still on the power play are the Minutemen. There's a dance going on in front of the net. This one comes back down for Hendrigan. Hendrigan sets up Norton. Back to the point. Nice little shot pass by Sullivan. Fake shot into a pass, rather. Norton stops up at the hash marks. Has a clean look on net. And just missed wide. Goalie saw it the whole way regardless. Now he has it again. Forced to retreat back to the blue line. And a good passing here on the power play. Minutemen looking sharp as that one stopped by Morin. But the Mass Minutemen were making some plays there, Daniel.
If they're looking for an opportunistic lane, they kept moving that ball around. They finally found one. And it goes right into the pads of Carl Morin.
The only thing that I like to see different there, because I like the movement, there was some good player movement too, but their point of attack was clearly on that left-hand side. There wasn't a lot of lateral. It was very high-low. Some lateral movement there to shake Morin out of position may have helped, but regardless, it was a good-looking power play that is now over. The Raging Goats are back to 5 people. But a good look to start the second period. Minutemen in their own end try to work this one out. Flipped high, found at the red line. Almost an opportunity for a 2-on-1 with speed, but Fontaine keeps that attack in, and Fontaine first one on it after being turned aside by Massaro. Minutemen use their speed, but turned away at their own attacking blue line. And again, not a lot of control. These long pitch passes aren't connecting. Very yo-yo hockey right now. Vieira swinging a miss. Now a diagonal pass through the neutral zone, sees the Raging Goats gain the line. Shot from the blue, and that one bounced off the end boards. Klemenchuk tried to make a play. Wanted to get it in front of the net. None doing. And the Minutemen, that door was open for a second. Thought maybe a change was about to happen, but maybe not a great idea to change when the ball's right there. Eventually, Sylvia does get off. Massaro blocks that one and it goes high. 2.5 gone in the second period. Minutemen leading 1-0 and leading the series 1-0 here in Game 2. Semifinals in the New England Tier 2 playoffs. Here's a shot and a second look. Josh Silva with an opportunity, and that ball goes out of play.
Big opportunity on the slot for the Raging Goats, but that one fired a bit high. They got to be forcing Massaro to make those saves. He may be a great goaltender, but everyone has a mistake somewhere.
You see it in the playoffs. It's who can step up and make the saves where you need them, or find the goals where they are to be found. Minutemen possessing again. Now in front on the backhand. Walter Reed turned away. Stepping on that one, Matt McClure tries to clear and can't. There's another shot, it goes in! Walter Reed, that one sneaks by, and it's 2-0.
Walter Reed with his second of the season, and look where he does. He peeled away from his defenseman and shoots from the high slot, and we've seen time again where that surprises goalies and finds the near post. That's what you do. You get away from your defenseman, find that space, and you will get your shooting lane.
Well, like we said, you find the goals where you can find them, and Walter Reed did just that to give his team a 2-0 lead here in Game 2. They would love for nothing more than to close out this series here tonight as that ball finds its way onto the bench.
Because once again, you see him sneak behind his defenseman. You look for those opportunities where the defense is not looking. And you know what? I think he actually may have gotten inadvertently screened by his own defenseman.
We'll keep a look and see how positioning affects things going forward here into the second half of this game. Right now it's 2-0 Mass Minutemen, and they continue to put on the pressure, and another opportunity there was close and almost found its way behind Morin. He's forced to shrug the shoulder to keep it out. That one goes up and out of play.
Just about a 2-0 opportunity.
So you're up.
Now,
Never mind. Shoot.
you see, he escapes. Here's the 2-0 developing. Crosses over. Great one-timer. It just rolls over his shoulder. A lucky break for the Goats.
Got a good look by the Minutemen. They are showing that confidence. The Raging Goats forced into their own zone. Tried to get that one up the wall, gave it away! And a one-timer blast in front. The Vieiras connect! And it's 3-0.
How often do you see someone score a goal and then it comes right back to you and you pick it up yourself? That must have hit the back post. Alex Vieira with his second of the game. And look where he is, all alone in the slot. And he made sure that counted. That was perfect, just about glanced off the inside of the post.
Makes you wonder if they got the book on Morin, but regardless, I know I could hear it. Hopefully the viewers at home, you could hear Alex Collin for Matthew. He knew he was wide open. He knew he was going to wire that one to the back of the net, and he does. So the Vieiras connect on that one. Matthew to Alex, and it's 3-0 Minutemen as they continue to apply pressure against the Raging Goats, as that one's going to get whistled back on an icing.
And with that goal, that's Alex's 5th goal of the season, which will put him up to 6 points. I mentioned earlier that the Minutemen don't exactly have one particular superstar on their team, but they more rely on their whole roster. Right now, Alex Vieira is making him pretty much the star of this game.
We've reached the halfway point of game 2. 5 minutes left to go in this second period. Trying to make a play. Raging Goats want to get out of their own end. They haven't had really any possession in this period. Raza tries to get his team out of the zone, and they do. But they can't control. Eventually it comes back to the point, and they give it away on the first touch. Degas gains the line. Takes this shot, waved at by the goalie, Massaro. Degas has it. Making a lot of moves. No one really pressuring him too hard. That one comes around to Koza. Kyle Koza takes a look, sends it up the wall, but immediately gets eaten up by a Minuteman player again. 2-on-1! Nice defensive stop there, dropping to his knees to keep it out. And we got some whistles again here.
As we get to the late stages of the second period, I think that the Goats are going to have to be in desperation mode very soon. Not easy to come back from a 3-0 deficit. There's still 1 period left to play, and their season is on the line.
It does hit different facing elimination, but they did come back from a 2-goal deficit in game 1. Just didn't get the result they wanted in OT, but they know they can do it. A little bit more time, but a little bit more pressure, as now it's a 3-goal deficit. Working that one behind the net. Now back out in front. Not a lot of room in the slot. Directing traffic is Amalfociano. They try for their own one-timer that takes a second to settle in. Massaro has enough time to make the save. Speed in the other direction. Minutemen crash the net. And another whistle as that one goes out of play.
Minutemen not letting up here. They were trying to use speed on this play, but it just quickly crashed in on them. The Minutemen not going to sit on a 3-0 lead. They want that divisional final spot now.
No question. It almost makes me wonder how much they wish that that game 3 would be played. Or not even just that they would be able to go up against their opponents right away. But regardless, this game still isn't over. And then run back to it. Big shot from the point. Norton liked what he saw, but he missed the net. Raging Goats have it. This one on the stick of McClure. He sends it down. Massaro has to come out and play it. 2:20 now in the second period. On the backhand, it takes an odd bounce, and Massaro thought about holding it. Minutemen lift it, but can't clear the zone. But already you see conditioning becoming an issue. The Raging Goats appear to have slowed down considerably from how they looked in the first. And it could be the deficit in the series, it could be the deficit in the game. Or it could just be as this evening continues to stretch on and the sun further and further down. 100 seconds left to go in the second period. Chasing after this one is Amalfitano. The Minutemen have it. Vieira. He's got 2 goals already. And apparently a war cry on the forecheck. That was interesting as he tried to intimidate Goodnow. At least I assume that's what he was doing. Doesn't matter. Minutemen have it on their own end but can't get it out. Glove down by McClure. He can't hold it. And now with speed is Matthew Vieira. Alex is calling for it. Sets up. With the look behind the net. Almost a tic-tac-toe in front. Good idea. Guy crashing the net. Backhand, no look pass doesn't connect. Big surprise there. They usually don't. And the Minutemen blast one in. Stopped by Moore, who keeps the play alive. This team wants to see if they can get on the board here with 25 seconds to go in the second period of game 2. Fontes plays it ahead, and now circling back. A lot of buzz happening in front of the net, and Fontes, he has it behind the net. Warren just on his knees. Final seconds. Melting off the clock here in the second period as the horn sounds. There's no reason not to empty the tank, like you said, because if you don't, then you're done. A win here will at least keep them alive and tie the series. A win for the Minutemen, and they will see the eventual winner between the Chargers and the Blue Devils. That series slated to continue with game 2 right after this. The first one was one for the ages, so you'll want to stick around and see that. In the meantime, Minutemen lead this one 3-0 and lead the series 1-0. It's a best of 3 series, so if they can win this game 2, they'll move on to the finals. The South Coast Chargers, the number 1 seed, are down 1-0 in their series after going all the way in Marlton, New Jersey to win Tier 2 last year. Teams here looking to have a chance to play for their division at least in this semifinal contest. Raging Goats send that one back in from the red line as Koza takes a look. Now tries to set something up in front. It wouldn't happen. There's a big blast from Raza and a whistle.
That's actually a lucky break for the Goats. Raza has had the best chance for the Goats so far. They get an offensive zone draw, something that they've been lacking all game long. So now, you need to draw up a play. You need to be peppering this goalie. Just anything at the net. You have 3 goals that you've got to get within a span of 10 minutes.
Well, we saw it with the Chargers. We knew they were a third period team. They were able to tie their game 1 up. But this is a much taller task in a very different situation. The Raging Goats trailing by 3 and trailing the series already. Facing elimination here in the third period. Dave Norton bowls that one down into the corner. He's still on it. Tries to hit Peyton Sylvia. Sylvia gets a shot, but it doesn't find its way through the thicket of Raging Goats players. Ball still confined to the neutral zone. And some frustration. Not really sure why. Players all seem to slow down and stop. Sylvia was one of the only ones who was still pursuing it. And he gets it back for his team. Now into the slot. Thought about taking the shot, backs off. Hits Pomfret. Back for Norton. Norton to Pomfret. There's a one-timer shot from the top of the left circle that doesn't go. Good look, though, and more examples of a Minutemen offense that just really seems to be comfortable setting up and moving around to create chances against maybe a tired Raging Goats team.
Yeah, you mentioned about the Ghosts being tired. Definitely not as tired as the other two teams we saw earlier. But I'm not playing conservative. I'm telling everyone, attack the ball carrier.
Teams lining up in neutral here. I'm not sure what the delay is. Now they release. Chris Sylvia pushes that one ahead for his team. They get it down behind the net, the Minutemen. Vieira couldn't hold it. And the Raging Goats come out. They gain the line on nifty play. On the backhand, that chance doesn't go. They caught Massaro falling. It was a good look, they just couldn't finish. But a nice play. Raging Goats generating some offense for the first time in a while. They've been on their heels and continue to be as we go under 7 to play in the third period.
A very good play by the Goats with the odd man rush 3-on-2. What went wrong on this play? He could have taken a shot there, but he opted. Oh, he actually did take a shot. And what a save by Massaro with the stick.
Lights, lights, lights.
Not too often you get an accurate backhand shot.
Line of the goalie.
Great look there on that replay. Thanks, Justin Coet, in the studio to help us out, giving us those extra looks that you can only find here on the NBHL on MVP TV. Minutemen forced to defend now. Vieira couldn't dig it out as he's posted up along the hash marks. Sylvia does work it up to him. And he's waving for something, not sure what. This team has it in their own end. And they can't get it in deep. They gain the zone. And that ball just trickling off of his stick with now 6 minutes left to go in the third period. The Raging Goats need something here, and they almost got a lucky break. Almost a gift, but the net gets knocked off its position.
The Goats are getting the breaks, but it's just not coming out the way they want. That ball rebounded off the wall and right to the outside the net. Could have been a put in, but
Justin, are you
just
able to
a
adjust
split
this?
second too late on picking it up.
Yeah, I can't do it without going to do it.
Time continuing to run down here for the Raging Goats.
It's fine. It's fine.
Their season might come to a close in the next few minutes if they don't hurry. Well, no might about it. It will close if they don't hurry. Players battling for right in front of our camera position. And there you see the clock continuing to tick down. Thrown a big hit there. Nice defensive work by the Minutemen to hold the line, and they do. Defending their own blue. Now attacking on the other side, and they just barely hold the red. Shot by Fontes. Almost rolling off the stick with Coucher. They try to get that shot on Massaro. Coucher turns and fires, but it gets blocked. Too many players to get through. And another out of play.
You know, if you are particularly bold, I wouldn't have a problem with pulling the goalie and go 6-on-5 right now with about 5 minutes left and being down 3-0. You got to take that risk.
They need to find offense somewhere, and it's been a challenge for them all game. They did score the game tire in game 1 with just about a minute and a half left. But they need 3, and they are in trouble. They do get a change, whereas the Minutemen can't, though. So this could be a big opportunity where that dam breaks. It all starts with the face-off. Fontaine wins it back to the point, but it doesn't count.
It's a penalty.
Oh, it's an interference call.
Really bad for the Minutemen. I saw the winger got in the way.
Number 4.
Yeah, it's a little hidden behind our camera, but he stepped in the way of an attacking winger, and that caused the penalty to occur. And there's some screaming going on the benches.
It's going the other way, Daniel. This penalty is going against the Raging Goats.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
The Minutemen were defending there, and now they're on the attack with the power play here, about halfway left in the third period of Game 2. The Raging Goats facing elimination. They trail this one 3-0. There's another shot. Couldn't get that one in on Morin. Ball stays in play and no icing. Takes that shot, sends it across to Woods. Woods gets in deep, but they're in no rush here. 4 minutes left to go. Morin doing the splits and stretches out to keep that one out.
And he needed that save. Had that gone in, this would have been all Minutemen from this point out. .356 up on the clock. Third period. Game 2. Raging Goats facing elimination. The Minutemen to hang on and win. They'll go to the New England Tier 2 Finals against the winner of the Chargers and Blue Devils series. Game 2 of that one coming up right after this. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, Chris Woods and his team on the power play, taking their time. Hendrigan gives that away at the red line. Slapped back in and turned aside easily by Massaro. Woods over for Kayford. Floats one to Hendrigan. And he gives it away. Charging in! Massaro stopping Raza on the doorstep. Not their best chance in a while. But as soon as that power play ends, they need to get Morin back to the bench and go 6-on-5. There isn't much time left, and you need all the firepower you can get.
Raging Goats will get the offensive face-off here. And they can't control it. We are back at even strength. So the penalty is killed. But time just continuing to be a resource that the Raging Goats just really don't have. Minutemen take another shot. Oh, and that ball was loose. That was a quick whistle. But I don't know that it'll amount to much here in this one.
Yeah, I thought that Morin had got that ball, but it does save a bit of time for the Goats, but they need to win this draw, get on the attack.
Minutemen win it. They just pass it around right now. No real urgency to score. They've got a 3-0 cushion and 2.5 minutes left to kill before they head to the finals. They still want to enforce good habits and play strong hockey. Vieira gets on it first. He's already got 2. Tried to kick that one back to Matthew Vieira, but couldn't connect. Bouncer coming down to it, and Pomfret gets to it first. Gave it away in front. Didn't like the angle pass. Maybe a little bit of overpassing there as they never got the shot away. Minutemen managed to press it into the attacking end, but nothing came of it, and that one going high and waved at by Massaro. Dime has it and sends it behind the net. Now in the slot, there's a chance. Turned aside against McClure. The stick is down, possibly broken. Minutemen trying to keep it going. McClure gets it in deep for the Raging Goats. But the Minutemen have it, and again, will slow things down. Time running out. And it's just about academic here, as the Raging Goats need 3, and they've yet to get 1. They're going to need a miracle to keep their season alive. The Mass Minutemen have just about guaranteed their spot in the New England Tier 2 Finals.
They've had a few chances on that last sequence, but once again, they just can't find a way around Massaro. The ball's just not landing in the right places. And at this point, the Minutemen are going to be in the final.
Barring a miracle here, as the final minute is up on the clock here in Game 2. The Raging Goats facing elimination. Morin keeps it alive behind the net. Walter Reed, he's got a goal. More players, bodies crunching along the boards. DeGasse has it behind the net in the corner. Gave it away to Fontes. Now Sylvia walking it out from behind the cage. Turns his back to it and couldn't protect it. On the rush, 3-on-2. Massaro way out at the top of his crease and hangs on and makes one more save.
Yes, just simply not enough time. They didn't even get their goalie out of the net.
Stick goes flying as Massaro makes another stop. And there were some looks, but this is pretty much the Minutemen through and through, was it not, Daniel?
It certainly was, and again, it was just depth up and down the roster, but it's Alex Vieira that's been the real star of this game with 2 goals. And it's official.